Now, follow the numbers, okay? Right there, there's 2, there's 7, 5, there's 3, there's 6. We'll go up and take a look at that. There's 1, and there's your other numbers. Now, you see what that goes to, and you can pause the video or rewind it or whatever, and you guys can see this. This is for credibility so that you don't take my word for it. You can see it for yourself right there. AC adapter to USB. Universal plug for Bluetooth e-board. And number 5, that's the one that I showed you, the retractable USB cable. 7 is your DGT e-board software CD, right there. That right there. 6, that is Fritz DGT Special Edition CD. I was wondering what the SE was for. It's probably because I don't use that. I just use the Fritz, the one that's called Deep Fritz, and we're using Deep Fritz 13. That's what we use. Let's go ahead and pan over to here. Take a look at this. Get my hand in there. Now, I don't know how many hits we'll get off of YouTube on this. Let me switch sides here. I have no idea how many hits we're going to get on YouTube, but this is just going to be something that I estimate we might get, I don't know, maybe 100 hits, maybe 100,000. I don't know. Maybe we get, I don't know, maybe 20,000 hits. It's hard to say. Now, let's zoom in here. Now, this is what the box looks like on the side. I've never seen this done before, so I wanted to do this. And that's going to be your choice on your clocks. Now, it's not marked on here, but I ordered this one. The one right there on the bottom, the crimson red. Now, here's something to note. This is important if you want to get a DGT board. Look at the notation. Oops. Whoops. No, I can't be the cameraman. But you look at the notation here. Okay, that should be the rosewood. Yep, that's the rosewood. That's the one I ordered. Okay, now, wireless only comes in rosewood. Why is that important? So why is this guy talking? You know, why are you telling me this, dude? Why do I care? Well, you're gonna care, because with the notation on there, when you switch sides, okay, you can do that, and you're gonna switch up the pieces. So say you're playing black. Yeah, right, now you catch it. Because you're still sitting on that side of the board. The only way you can do it is you're gonna have to get up out of your chair, or you're gonna have to get what's called a lazy Susan, put it underneath your DGT board, and then you can rotate that DGT board. That is a slick trick. This is your walnut. Again, don't take my word for it. See it? There you go. At PC Chess Club, we pride ourselves on giving you credibility and validity. You're going to be able to verify what we tell you. If we tell you something from a book, we're going to be able to show you a page out of that book. Not just, oh, here's some guy that's just making this up for all I know. But check out the colors on that walnut, and check out the color on the rosewood. Now, there's one up here. We have to pan over to it. The wingy, I think it's called, or something like that. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Notice the notation on that one as well. Now, that one's a real dark square. I don't like that one. I don't know. I may wind up buying it anyway. But I like the rosewood. Now, when you see the walnut, you don't see any notation. You don't see any what they call the coordinates notation, or the coordinates A through H, 1 through 8 from the white side. But that's the next one I want to get, is the walnut. And I was kind of wishing I could have got it as a wireless, because you could do some really cool stuff with the wireless one. You are going to want the USB, and that'll show you whether you got USB. See, I got USB or Bluetooth. And let's go on. Let me switch over. And we are going to unbox this. Now, let's go around and let's zoom in on the other side of the box. Whoops, whoops, whoops. This will be worth the wait here in a second. When when I can get to it, it'll be worth the wait. Now, let's pull back a little bit. Now, This will be a little bit better. Here's the reason why you're going to need the USB. There's only two types of DGT that will consistently broadcast live. That's either what's called the serial board, which is usually what you see a whole bunch of them at a tournament, or the USB. Now you can do it a little bit. I got an email back from DGT and they said, yeah, you can do it, but it's not gonna be something they're gonna support. They're working on the firmware, they're trying to make it more reliable, but for right now, everything I've got from the vendors stateside here in America, I talked to several distributors, some of the biggest chess distributors in the entire United States. For those of you watching it global, to the global audience, you know United States of America. Okay, let's pan over live internet broadcasting, and then this is usually not on the website. I can't talk, I'm so sleep deprived. You usually don't see this on the website, but see if I can pull up a little bit for you. Right there, DGT live chess software included, and you're going to want the one, I think it's Queen 5, the one that allows you to record the moves, but it records the time on every single move. So you can go through your game later, you can look at opening, middle game, end game, and say you're playing like a rook and pawn end game, you're going to have your time stamp on every move. So you're going to be able to go in and look at like aggregate totals. What are aggregate totals? That means you're going to take the time for every single rook move, and then you're going to get what's called an aggregate total. Your total amount. You know, if you spent 30 minutes on the end game, that portion, and you spent say 20 minutes on just moving rooks around, well, that only leaves you with 10 minutes left out of that 30 for say moving your king, moving your pawn. There's just a lot of stuff you can do tracking wise. Where are we at? Perfect way to broadcast live chess games over the internet. That's what I was talking about. You're going to need that. And to the slackers at, I don't know if I should even say this, even dignify it with a response, Joplin Chess Club, because usually when I think Joplin Chess Club, one word comes to mind: cesspool. Yeah, cesspool. If not that, slackers. Yeah, definitely slackers. Most laziest bunch of people I ever met in my life. Chief among them, laziest, is Martin Stahl. Used since 1998 for broadcasting tournaments and individual games and integration with new media. Now, you're going to need that. And one of the cool things you can do, like where you see here, you see an audience. What you can do is you could sit down with a real chess set and you could be playing a game, like say you're at a chess club. You get on Facebook, you get on Twitter, different social media sites, and you just announce, you know, get on Twitter, give a tweet, say, hey, catch our game live. Give them the website where you're going to broadcast it, and then they get to see you guys play in real time. You could have visitors come to your club. It has a lot of marketing purposes, and that's where you guys see like the GMs, the Grandmasters. They do the live internet broadcasting to a global audience. Moving right along, Fritz 11 special software included. This is probably the #1 reason that I bought the DGT, was because this is what's called Grandmaster training. Now, not just Grandmasters use it, other people use it as well, but this is probably the single best reason for you to buy a DGT board, because notice in the picture where he's playing against the computer, well, yeah, you could sit there and you could be there all day clicking a mouse and sit there looking at your monitor, looking at your laptop, but wouldn't it be way more efficient and effective to get two birds with one stone? Why not just set up a chessboard, play? Here's a tip for you, something we do at PC Chess Club. What we were doing was we would have a chess set and we would put on a ball cap, so you can't see the other side. You don't know, who is on the other side. It is a way to simulate tournament conditions, and that's a good trick when you go to a tournament. Put on a ball cap. I don't think it's illegal. I don't think they can ban ball caps, but put on a ball cap and make sure you can see just to the edge of the chessboard. And there's a reason for that. You don't want your opponent looking at your eyes so they can read your moves. They can see, you know, there's no talking allowed, but they can see what you're looking at and they can see which pieces you're eyeballing. And that's a dead giveaway. To a strong player, oh, you're done. You're done like a potato in the oven. You're done. Because, dude, if they can see what you're looking at and you're thinking about it, they can track your eye movements and they know exactly maybe what your plans are over the course of a few moves. They can see what you zero in on, what you're focused on. And here's, we'll zoom in a little bit. Play with original wooden chess pieces on the beautiful wooden classic chessboard. Easily connects you to the strongest chess playing software like Fritz, Ribka, Shredder Jr., Chessmaster. That's a good program too. Don't underestimate it. It's got a lot of good features. It's got, I think, like about 200 personalities. It's a lot of fun. I would use these, and Houdini 3 Pro is the one we use. It's probably the strongest, but we use them all. We use Deep Fritz, we use Deep Ribka 4.1, we use Deep Shredder, Deep Junior, Deep Hierarchs. We use them all. Well, that's because they're multi-processor versions. The single one is not as quick or not as powerful. That comes into play if you're doing like multi-variation analysis, if you're doing multi-engine multi-variation analysis. If you're wanting to look at a lot of stuff, you're going to need something that's multi-processor, or you're going to be there like a year and a day. I mean, not literally, but you're going to be there a long time. This is probably the first time I've put my voice over YouTube. I've done other stuff, but I haven't put my voice out. And we've got some more audio stuff. We're running, I don't have the new laptop yet, but we're going to be adding a quad-core i7. So you're going to have 4 physical cores, all i7s. It's an Asus, and it has 16 gigs of RAM. And we're going to be using that, and that will be our version of a semi-souped-up laptop at an affordable price. If you want one under $1,400, that's kind of more bang for the buck.